Picture this. I'm in the middle of London, sun barely out, holding a useless map. The city is buzzing around me, double-decker buses whizzing past, and I'm just standing there, feeling like the only person who doesn't know where they're going. The air smells faintly of rain and roasted chestnuts from a nearby vendor. To my left, frying pan alley. To my right, poultry. Am I lost, or did I accidentally wander into a giant kitchen? London's street names are a riddle in themselves, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to laugh or look for a spatula. My brain's spinning, but honestly, this was the plan all along. Get lost on purpose, let the city surprise me, and see where the winding streets take me. There's a strange thrill in not knowing what's around the next corner. Turns out, being lost is less romantic movie and more main course. It's messy, a little stressful, and definitely not as glamorous as it sounds in travel blogs. I try the movie hero thing. Walk confidently, like I know exactly where I'm headed. 30 seconds later, I pass the same t-shirt guy for the third time. He knows, I know. I'm walking in circles, and my cool traveler act is falling apart. My phone, dead. No Google Maps, no help. Just me, a paper map, and Poultry Street. Suddenly, I'm back in the 90s, relying on my wits and a crumpled piece of paper that makes no sense. Maybe I should have just gone to see Big Ben like a normal tourist. At least then I'd know where I was, and I'd have 100 photos to prove it. But where's the fun in that? The best stories never start with "I followed my itinerary." They start with a wrong turn, missed bus, or a street you can't pronounce. So I laugh, right there, in the street. Sometimes you just have to embrace the chaos and let yourself look ridiculous. This is the adventure. Getting lost is the point. It's the only way to find something unexpected, something you'll remember long after you've gone home. I ditch the map, ditch the plan, and decide, walk toward whatever looks interesting. No more second guessing, just following my curiosity. In London, everything looks interesting, especially when you have no idea where you are. Every street is a new possibility, every corner a potential story. My journey into the unknown officially begins, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. New plan. Find a local who looks like they know things. Sometimes the best way to navigate a city as sprawling and unpredictable as London is to trust the people who call it home. Maps can only get you so far, but a friendly face might just be the shortcut you need. I spot a woman with a tiny, well-dressed dog. She's got helpful vibes, the kind of person who probably knows every shortcut and hidden gem in the neighborhood. Her confident stride tells me she's definitely not lost. I ask for directions. She says, "Tube's that way, love, past the crooked church, left at the pub with the funny name." Her instructions are delivered with a smile, as if she's done this 100 times before. I thank her, feeling hopeful. Turns out in London, a lot of buildings are crooked. I pick the crookedest one and keep going, trusting her advice and my own instincts. No pub in sight. I'm more lost than before, spinning in circles and second-guessing every turn. Maybe I missed something. Or maybe the pub really does have a name so funny I just didn't recognize it. But then, I stumble into a quiet courtyard filled with bookshops and cafes. The air smells like coffee and old paper, and the noise of the city fades away. It's not on my map, but it's perfect. Sometimes getting lost is the best way to find something wonderful you never expected. Maybe the lady knew I'd find something better by getting lost. Maybe she was sending me on a little adventure of my own. Or maybe I just have a terrible sense of direction. Let's go with the first one. After all, every great story starts with a little detour. The courtyard is a hidden world. Tiny cafe, fresh pastries, coffee in the air. I forget about finding my way and dive into a hot chocolate and croissant. This is what I wanted. A quiet, unplanned moment of joy. I spot a small art gallery next door. No fancy sign, just come in and see. Inside street photography capturing London's candid moments. I chat with the artist who loves the city's in-between moments. I realize getting lost led me to coffee, art, and a great conversation. My terrible sense of direction is my new superpower. Eventually, I follow the sound of traffic. Science. The city's energy pulls me forward, and suddenly, the chaos feels almost comforting. The hum of engines, the distant laughter, the glow of streetlights. London is alive, and I'm right in the middle of it. I spot a double-decker bus. Civilization. It's like a bright red beacon, promising a way out of confusion and back into the familiar rhythm of the city. I check the map at the bus stop. Still lost, but now I have options. The city's web of routes suddenly makes sense, and I realize being lost isn't so bad when you're surrounded by possibilities. Then I see it. Waterloo Station. A landmark, a lifeline, and a sign that I'm not as lost as I thought. I know how to get back. Relief washes over me, and I can't help but smile at my own little adventure. As the bus rolls through the city, London feels like a friend, not a maze. The city lights blur past, and I feel a new sense of belonging. Getting lost showed me the city's secret corners and friendly faces. I met people I never would have, and discovered places that don't show up in any guidebook. Sometimes the best things happen when you ditch the map. Wandering without a plan led to the most memorable moments of my trip. Back at my hotel, I'm tired, happy, and not in a rush to check my phone. I want to savor this feeling a little longer, just soaking in the day's surprises. My experiment, a massive, messy success. I learned more about the city and myself than I ever expected. If getting lost in London was this fun, where should I wander next? The world suddenly feels wide open, full of new adventures waiting to be found. Paris, maybe. Let me know. I'm ready for the next adventure, wherever it leads.